So the other day I got a comment on one of my videos. Somebody wanted to know what was a good high quality economical tool, hand tools they could buy. What line of hand tools? Well, I don't think there's one line. I think there's a lot of lines of hand tools out there that are decent quality and very economical for your typical homeowner, DIY stuff like that. So I put together a collection of tools in here that I think are very high quality, will certainly adequate to get the job done. It will not cost you a fortune. I put them all in this little tool runner bag from Klein. And at the end of it, after I show you all the tools I got in here, I'll tell you exactly what all of it cost, the entire bag full of tools, what the cost was. So hold on, let's get at it. Okay, so let's get at it here. We're going to start off on the left here. And these are tools that I put in here that you don't necessarily need, but I think they're pretty good for just an overall, homeowner tool bag. This is the side cutters. These side cutters are the Hyper Tough. I really like the Hyper Tough mainly because of the grips here. As you can see, they have a nice red overmold grip. These red are the ones that are tacky. The black here is the hard plastic, and they just do a great job at cutting wire. These Hyper Tough, of course, can be found at Walmart. Now, next, I've got the end nippers here. These are the Irwin end nippers. As you know, Irwin's owned by Black & Decker, Stanley Black & Decker. So, they're typically either made in Taiwan, China, something like that. But these are the Vice Grip brand. And I tell you, I really like them. I mean, they're a little stiff, but I bought a 3-pack of these Irwin pliers that this was in, and it was just a little over $20. So very good value for the money on these Irwin hand tools. Now, this is just a project source. I think I got it from Home Depot. Just a 1/2-inch chisel. In case you always need a chisel for something. I typically have a beater chisel and a sharp chisel. I'll use that beater chisel just for gnawing out concrete, smoothing out little rough edges on steel, whatever. I'll use these little 1/2-inch chisels for it. This is a crescent slip joint plier. Now, I have shown these before. These are made, these little grooves in the handle are made for grabbing onto a pipe and tighten it if you don't want to mar it. It really don't work that well. What I do like about these are the deep V jaws here, as you could tell. These are just some very nice pliers. And, the slip joint, you don't have to have the push button all the time. These slip joint pliers will do perfect in just a normal DIY handbag. So that's the Crescent made by Apex. Okay, next is these are the bolt cutters, mini bolt cutters. This is the Work Pro version here. I forgot what I paid for these. They were under $20 too. If you have anything to cut that you don't want to mess up your side cutters with, that's what these are made for. Cutting nails, heavy stranded stainless steel cable and things like that. These Work Pro are fine for this. These are spring operated, as you could tell. Then they just have this little latch here that you can latch this closed where they'll stay closed and easily fit in the bag. So that's the Work Pro miniature bolt cutter. Okay, next, this is the new Klein Tools ball grip. They call it the True Grip. Very nice, I tell you. It's got a double-sided bit. You got Phillips, and you got your standard flat on one side. And you just put it in, and I tell you what, this thing is tight, operates very well, very tight. The only problem I have with these are sometimes, they fall out if you accidentally hit this, so you got to be careful of that. But I tell you what, for I think they're around $16, these are hard to beat. So everybody needs a set of locking pliers. This is the Ryobi brand of locking pliers. Multifunctional. You'll be surprised after you have them what you use them for. They're all about the same as far as I'm concerned. The only ones that are better, I think they're calling them the Eagle Grip. That's the ones that used to be made in the United States. They are the top quality ones, but these aren't bad from Ryobi. Now, I do have some individual wrenches here for sizes that we use pretty much on almost every project. This is the 10 millimeter, and then I've got some different sizes here. This is the Work Pro version. These two here are the nickel plated, as you can tell. Just a beautiful wrench there. Nickel plated Work Pro. Now this is the flex head, not a locking flex head, but it's a flex head wrench. Open end on one side and flex head ratcheting on the other side. This is the DeWalt. Now I'll use this in conjunction with something I'm getting ready to show you on the other side, the bit set I've got. This is a DeWalt. This is the extending version where you can pull this out. It is ratcheting. And it's not bad. I tell you, I'm surprised at the quality of this DeWalt ratcheting extending screwdriver. They're just shears. Everybody needs a pair of scissors or shears. This is the Cobalt brand. I really like these. I got 3, 4 of these, and I put them in almost every bag, not just my economical bag, but every bag. I probably got some of these in there. That's the Cobalt shears. And now I've got the Cobalt. This is the large flathead, I call it flathead, slotted screwdriver. I use this, as a beater. Not this particular one, I just got it, but I use these type as a beater. I'm not worried about a striking cap up here. They're so cheap, I don't care if this thing cracks or not. But you can get in here with a hammer, you can chisel out things. If you have a large slotted screw, you could use it for that. These just have very mixed uses, and just a nice screwdriver from Cobalt. Okay, let's flip this thing around. We'll take a look at the other side. This is the carabiner. I've got these little bit holders on here. Very cheap now. Klein makes them, Railer makes them, Milwaukee makes them. This is a lot less expensive. They come from Amazon. I do like these. I tell you why I like these is because you pull down to get the bit out. So you pull down and the bit just comes out. You pull down and it goes right back in. So these are some nice bit holders. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, you could easily knock these off with going down instead of up like the other ones have them. I've never had a problem with these not coming off. They all come off easy, and I've never had a problem with them coming loose. And then I've got just a Husky Allen key set. You can get them in metric. This is SAE here. I got just a couple of nail sets I bought from Harbor Freight, very inexpensive. I've got a commercial electric. This is a 4-in-1 thermostat screwdriver, very small. It does have the spinner cap on it, and each one of these bits is double-sided, so you get 4 bits, flat and Phillips, in the very small thermostat style. Then over here, I just got a Stanley control lock. The only thing I don't like about this one is there's no writing on the back, but it's a 16-footer Stanley control lock on here. Now let's go to this side here. Of course, all of these, now these sides are exactly the same. Over here on this side, I've got this. This is the Cobalt socket, 1/4-inch socket and bit set. Take a look at it. Now this one is unlike a lot of them. This one has metric and SAE in here, as you can see. Just a very nice bit set. The only thing about it that I don't like, I want to use this as a nut driver. This thing comes with this little small ratchet here. On one side it's 5/16, the other side it's a 1/4-inch, as you can see. You get out this little adapter. It doesn't fit on the 1/4-inch side. You have to use it on the 5/16 side, and that's where you can put on your different sockets here, your 1/4-inch sockets. And it is ratcheting. You got a lever on the back here for forward and reverse. Just a nice little unit. The only problem is this part here will not fit in this. This is a 1/4-inch receiver. This is 5/16. So I can't use it as a nut driver. I have to use it with this ratchet. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Other than that, just a very fine unit here. So that's the Cobalt. Now these are kind of expensive. They're around $30, but for what you get for this, you think about the Vera BitCheck Plus for $90 or $100. This is a steal here. I've got this Work Pro. This is one of the cheaper Work Pro knives. I think these things are like $3 or $4 each. It is locking though. You have a liner lock in here. As you can see, you just push this and close it. Just a basic little utility knife. I think this is the Ginzern I got from, it doesn't matter. There's tons of these little 1/4-inch bit holders in here. This one does happen to be magnetic. Of course, fits in your 1/4-inch receiver there for your surge or anything else you want to put it in, your drill or your handle. It will also, of course, fit in this DeWalt if you want to use it like that. Just a basic 1/4-inch bit holder. Okay, so now this is the other side here, opened up. Here I've got a hammer. This is a just a wooden handle hammer from Rockler, 12-ounce hammer. It's really all I need in this bag. Really, any cheap hammer will work. You can get them $4 or $5 at Lowe's and Harbor Freight, of course. I happen to like this Rockler, though. It's a little bit more expensive, probably around $20, but it's a very nice hammer. Then I've got this. This is the Cobalt work light. As you can see, you just press it, turn it on. This does operate with 2 AA batteries here. It's got a little stand here you can use. It also has a hook that swivels around, and it is magnetic, of course. Very nice little work light. And I think this thing was under $20. Just a nice little light from Cobalt. Now here's the Empire level. I think was $7. I think it cost me. This is made in the USA. It's got this plastic frame now. This is a little magnetic strip here on this side. If you want to spend a little bit more money, of course, you could get this is the Craftsman bar, bar type. It is probably a little bit better, but they're both do the same thing. They both will tell you whether something's level or not. I've never had a problem with levels being off. I don't know. I've seen some videos where some people have had problems. I've never had a problem with that. Even the cheap ones operate just as good as the more expensive ones. So this is the Empire, $7. Now here again, this is the Irwin Vice Grip Lineman plier. This thing is just a very nice plier. It's got this cross hatching on the ends here. It's got nice cutters, broke in very well. I love the way these things hold. The grip feels great on here. And like I said, I bought this 3-piece set for just probably a little over $20. But these are just unbelievable tools for what you pay for them. Now this is my needle nose pliers. This is the Ryobi needle nose pliers. I like them because they have this little nut grabbing groove here. I call it a V-jaw, but it is a little nut grabbing. It also has cutters on here. It's got cross hatching on the top. Just a really nice pair of needle nose from Ryobi. Now this is just your regular slip joint plier. This completes the Irwin set I bought. Irwin Vice Grip slip joint, as you can see. But I tell you, man, these Irwin tools are made at a little bit different level than some of the other cheaper tools you can find on Amazon. These Vice Grips, pretty nice. Now this is the one I'm not proud of, but I put it in the bag because these adjustable wrenches are typically pretty expensive. This one is actually a Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. I mean, it's okay, as adjustable wrenches go. I typically use plier wrenches now, so it really don't matter to me, but you can see this head here does have a little play to it, but it does tighten up tight. And I mean, it's not bad for what it is. If you're just holding something while you're working, you're holding a nut on the back, these things work perfect for that. Now here is the Doyle, another Harbor Freight. This is the Doyle push button water pump plier. This is made made almost like the Knipex Cobra. You can do this. Also, Hyper Tough makes one here. You can get it at Walmart, very inexpensive. The Doyle, I think, maybe a little bit more money. To me, I like the handle on the Hyper Tough a little bit better. As you can see, this one's just got those regular gripped handles, where this one's got more of the comfort grip handle. Pretty much the same thing. So that's the Doyle or the Hyper Tough push button, your choice. Now this is a Work Pro screw extraction plier. Very inexpensive, but I tell you, it's got that little V-groove nut grabbing feature in the middle. You'll see on the end there, it's got that screw extraction tip, and it's got cutters to them. And I mean, they're broke in nice, and they just work great. I have used these to extract some screws, and they just work great. Here's another. This is the Work Pro utility knife. Now this one, of course, I got the other smaller Work Pro. This one fits pretty well in the bag. What I like about it is this little button here where you can change blades very easy. You just pull it out, you push that button, and the blade comes out. You can't get any more easier than that, and Work Pro makes a good utility knife here. This is my favorite 4-volt screwdriver. This is the Amazon Basics, as you can see. You can see these lights light up. That's your torque setting. So you can go down. That's 2, and you can go down all the way to 1 on the torque setting. This thing's got more torque than you'll need. The speed on it's awesome. Just a great. Now I bought this for $20. I mean, look, I have this in all my bags, and I've got a lot more expensive 4-volt screwdrivers, but I keep this one in my bag because it just works so well. Price is no option with this one. $20. I think now they're $22 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. Klein flush cuts here, as you can see. Very small, great for cutting zip ties, small wire, low voltage wire, things like that. And they're not that expensive. Kaiweet's non-contact voltage tester. This thing's pretty cool. It's got a light on the end, as you can see. It works. I mean, I've tested it against, I did a test with 3 or 4 other different brands, and this thing just worked exactly like it was supposed to. So that's the Kaiweet's. But like they say, don't use this as your only form. Just check this and then go make sure you go check the breaker. This is a Klein Tools wire stripper. Now, this is the forged wire stripper. This is not the forged wire stripper. It's the stamped steel wire stripper. And I tell you, I was shocked the other day when I used this thing because I've always used forged wire strippers. These stamped steel from Klein are very, very high quality. I really like them. They got good cutters on them. They strip very well, and they're not that expensive. Now, this one is the 250th anniversary. I still think it's around $20, but you can get them even cheaper than that if you don't get this anniversary. It's got good grips on them. They feel great in the hand, got a little bit of curve to them, but that's the Klein Tools stamped wire strippers. So this is the 7-inch Toolant plier wrench. Now these plier wrenches to me have pretty much taken over the adjustable wrench market. I hardly ever use adjustable wrenches since I got these plier wrenches. You can see here, you just set it by this little push button here. And then after you get the nut, you can push down, and you've got a lot of force where you can put some good torque on that nut with these things. These Toolant are very high quality for the price you pay. This one was, God, I know it was around $15, maybe cheaper than $15. And it comes with a case, and it also comes with some soft jaws in case you want to, you're working on something where you don't want to mar it, maybe a chrome finish or something like that. You don't want to mar it. It does come with the soft jaws and a little plastic case. That's a Toolant 7-inch pliers wrench. Now, this tool runner bag here, as I told you, it's exactly the same on both sides. This thing is $99 from Lowe's. I really like the bag for $99. I think it's a steal at that price compared to what you pay for Vito, for Velocity, things like that. For a homeowner, DIY, even professionals use this bag. This is an awesome bag. All right, so what was the cost of all of these tools? $395. $395 plus $100, $495. So for $500, you get a complete set of tools with a high quality work bag. Now, $395, if you wanted to go higher end, these are $395. Just this little handful here. So you can see what a deal these are. And look, these things are high enough quality where they're going to do exactly what you want them to do. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. We'll see you next week.